The IBRT's Threadless store is now open. T-shirts, hoodies, even phone cases and protective face masks are now available at our very own merch outlet, iceboxradio.threadless.com. Choose from the IBRT logos, Scoop Sisters, Funny in a Small Town, Frozen Frights, and more. Then choose your merch. Clothing for men, women, and kids in a variety of colors. Accessories including buttons, stickers, mugs, and tote bags. Even notebooks and skateboards are available, and every sale helps the Icebox Radio Theater continue to bring the Northland's stories to the world. That's the Icebox Radio merch store at iceboxradio.threadless.com or just visit iceboxradio.org. That's right, everybody. iceboxradio.org, and it also means it's time once again for another edition of The CRISPR. This is all the news, information, and whatnot. The podcast from the Icebox Radio Theater that gives you all of the news that's fit to talk about on the internet. So I'm Jeff. This is CRISPR number 679. 679, if you can believe it. I myself cannot. For August the 3rd, 2025. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot of stuff upcoming. Of course, we have a look at the podcast. It's going to be dropped this week. That's right. Lance Manley is back. And if you like Lance Manley, you probably like Rum Runner Sue. She is on her way. We have a report of a recording session, if you can believe that, as well as an update on Murder Behind the Mic, the big show that we are involved with in Burbank, California, coming up at the end of the month. Man, there's been a lot going on. There is so much going on for that show. And we're going to go ahead and feature this. If you're ready, if you're not ready, I'm not ready, the Frostie Awards. At the end of this episode, we will talk about the Frostie Awards for 2024, 2025. There's some surprises in there. But first of all, let's take a look at, of course, my favorite feature on every edition of the CRISPR, which is, of course, Skycam 1, because that takes me off camera. And as you can see right now, it's a pleasant enough day outside in International Falls, Minnesota, 75 degrees. The smoke continues. I'll be honest with you, I think I've grown nose blind. I can see the smoke, or haze, they call it, but I just don't smell it that much anymore. There, a car went by, so I'm going to prove this is actually a live feed. So that's Skycam 1. It's summer. It's August, 75. We'll take it. Things have not been really that difficult to take weather-wise in the last few weeks, really. I mean, we had some very warm weather in there recently, but it's okay now. And yeah, I mean, August could be worse, right? That's the way I feel about it. Whatever the case, that is the weather report. Correspondence? Oh, there's been so much correspondence, but it's all business related. I've been writing back and forth with Rachel in Los Angeles, as well as the other Pranksters Inc. Production team, and we are, just busy little beavers getting the show ready for you on the 22nd. So let's just leave correspondence at that. But another feature we started last time for you folks on Facebook that are watching this live, we can talk a bit about, excuse me, the metrics for the month. Let's take a look at this. These are the statistics for the last week. Our Twitter followers, we lost one. Oh, that's sad. 676, down from 677. Facebook, of course, that's where the person went. They jumped over to Facebook. We went from 901 to 902. Instagram picked up another one as well. Thank you so much. Number 297, up from 296. Still 61 fantastic patrons and 35 wonderful members. Some interesting stuff with the streaming radio station. We went from 771 unique listeners. You're all unique in my word, but that's anyway. It's a stat. Unique listeners down to 617. These 617 listeners represented 66 countries, as you can see there. But this is the one I like. It seems like whenever we drop a few listeners, this statistic changes fairly drastically. This is the 30 seconds or less stat. It went from 88.1% of the people just checked us out for 30 seconds or less, way down to 75.2%. And the big upset here, oh wow, USA had been on top forever. Russia supplants us, and Germany does as well. So Russia, Germany, USA, the top three countries this week. This is for streaming, radio, listening. Podcast stats, not as complicated as they used to be, that we've moved away from Spreaker. But it's still that's an impressive number, right? 55,585 subscribers, down a bit, down what's that? Just under 100 from last week, 56,220. I expect that to change, of course, this coming week because we have a podcast posting happening. That's right. If you can believe it, I cannot. But we actually came around and built a sorry, there's messages I just saw. We actually came around and built a studio performance this week, beginning to end. And you all are going to get a new Lance Manley coming up this week. It is happening on the 5th, on Tuesday, for all of our members and patrons. So look forward to that on the membership page and also on our Patreon. And then on Thursday for everybody, again, on the IBRT Plays podcast. I got busy is what happened, because I know I promised a Lance Manley feed, and really that needs to happen this month anyway. And I was kind of hoping of maybe doing it with this initial or this latest Lance Manley adventure, but didn't happen. So it's probably not going to happen by Thursday. But do look for a Lance Manley feed, and do subscribe to the IBRT Plays podcast. That's the podcast that is absolutely everything. So, all the radio drama. It's the IBRT Plays podcast, and that's where you can get Lance Manley and the Time Traveling Tramp. Lance and Nora have a sci-fi adventure this time around. Very exciting stuff, as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to take a look at those messages. Sheila says hello. Oh, Eric says hello. Let's see. Oh, everyone's jumping in here. Happy August, says Eric, and then Diane put in, and the humidity is high. Well, I'm not surprised. Actually, I was doing a little painting outside. And it was probably bad weather to paint because the humidity is high, as Diane said so. Incidentally, if you're catching this on a recording on, say, the CRISPR podcast or in the streaming radio station, do know that at 4:30 on Sunday, most 4:30s, most Sundays, I'm doing this show live on Facebook video, because Facebook still does not have audio for some reason. So that's the big podcast news upcoming. Lance Manley. Speaking of recording sessions, guess what we were doing last week on Monday and Friday? We were all getting together and recording a new Rum Runner Sue episode. That's right. There's a brand new Rum Runner Sue, I'm going to say, coming up. I honestly can't tell you when this is going to come out, because we're just so busy, and we've got stuff from the show in July, the Western show, the Wild West, that hasn't even been posted, hasn't even been scheduled. But I think the session went really well. We were on there, of course, with Billy Joe Cones from Atlanta, and with Trelawney Irwin from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and then who came into the studio here in International Falls, Jim Yunt, of course, who plays a reoccurring character in Rum Runner Sue. As did Justin Kapla, a man of 1,000 voices. Speaking of 1,000 voices, I added 2 or 3. And then Carice Boyer came back into studio and favored us with her talents as a character named Tilly. This particular one is called Blood, Beer, and Ballots, and it is a locked room mystery. That's right. A senator is murdered, and it's up to Sue and Bo to try and figure out what's what. And there's some social commentary as well. And you're asking, when actually can we hear this wonderful episode of Rum Runner Sue? Well, here's what we got. I already know what we're going to be doing this month. And the big thing this month, of course, will be the show in Los Angeles on the 22nd, which is what? Which is a Friday, right. And then we're going to have a video update on the 28th, not 100%, no, I'm sorry, the 14th. Not 100% sure what that's going to be yet, because I was hoping for a piece of video from our June park show in 2024. But that video is not complete, so I can't. Either I put the video up with just some audio. It's what it is Take Me Out to the Graveyard, honestly, which is a wonderful play, and Justin Kapla was very, very good in it. But we are about 5 minutes short of having the whole video of the whole show. So I either put up a still photograph for that 5 minutes, or I just don't do the show. I'll have to decide. And then when we move forward into September, well, we'll have a couple of live shows that need to be podcasted, especially the Wild West shows from July. And then when we get into October, well, that's spooky season, isn't it? And then we're getting into scary stuff, which Rum Runner Sue doesn't quite qualify. So this is why I was sort of forewarning Billy Joe, and I'll forewarn all of you. You might not see or might not hear blood, beer, and ballots until like November, cause stuff and reasons. But we've recorded it. We've recorded the dialogue. Oh, excuse me. That's a case of beer. My phone went off. We've recorded the dialogue, and we just need to do the sound effects and music. It's pretty much stock music with Rum Runner Sue, and that's coming up soon, I promise. And we'll keep doing stuff. We're not going to do nothing. It's just it kind of got into the transom. That's the deal. All right, so let's talk about Murder Behind the Mic. It's coming up at the Little Victory Theater in Burbank, California, on August 22nd. It's going to feature a episode of Lance Manley that I think you've already heard, but of course the folks in LA haven't heard it, and it's going to be the Funhouse Fiasco, Lance Manley in the case of the Funhouse Fiasco, as well as an extended first draft playhouse, the Gumshoe or Mystery 327J, I think, the very first draft playhouse. Good Lord, that's got to be 15 years old now. but the kids thought it was funny. What was I going to do? And then I get to direct an old-time radio recreation of The Adventures of Philip Marlowe, Red Wind. Actually, I think it's The Red Wind. And I'm really looking forward to this. The cast sounds amazing. I did have some people ask, so how many of you are going out to LA to do the show? And it's going to be me. And then Rachel's there. Rachel will be helping me out at sound effects, which I got to tell you, I'm really excited about that. We did sound effects quite a bit when she was here at home. This is my Rachel. This is my daughter, Rachel, now Rachel Molassig, who works in the film industry and had wanted to do a show like this just, for the sake of doing something she could call her own, because you work in the film industry, you're kind of a cog in a massive machine. And all of her production partners, because if you work in the movie industry, you also have a little production company. Everybody does. Rachel certainly does, along with her husband, who's an award-winning screenwriter, and their roommate, who is a standard working director as well as photographer. These are some really talented people. Now, we haven't done a whole lot of publicity yet, but that comes up this week because, this Friday will be about 2 weeks out. So get ready for the social media blitz. You should see it all over Facebook. You should see it probably all over Instagram. I'm coughing. I'm so excited. And just be aware that if you can't make it out to Southern California for the show, we are offering a live stream. We are offering a live stream that's going to be better than the last live stream, because the last live stream, of course, the audio didn't work. And what had happened, basically, at Wild West, this was the show from Smokey Bear Park, there was something I had not had to deal with in a while, a particular box that didn't get checked, that's always checked, but wasn't checked, and I couldn't remember how to fix it. But now I'm 100% certain that this is going to work. In fact, we will hold the curtain, as they say, if it's not working, because I'm hoping a lot of folks sign up to get the video and be able to watch it live. Same deal as the last couple of shows. Not only can you watch it live, but it will be recorded and up there on YouTube and exclusive to our ticket holders for a month. And then after that, this is kind of the weirdest thing. I haven't done a collaborative play since forever. So I guess I have to talk to my production partners as to when that video is going to be available. Not to mention, I know the show will be video recorded by an actual filmmaker. Another very close friend from school of Rachel's, Megan Mead, and Megan does a fantastic job, and I know she's going to have 2 or 3 cameras going. So I don't know if we're going to sell DVDs or what, but this should be a whole lot of fun. I have sent a giant box full of equipment this week. Next week I'm going to send another giant box full of equipment, and that part, I'll admit, was a little nerve-wracking because all of our fancy mics went into that first box and kind of just got whisked out by FedEx, and they haven't arrived yet. But of course they wouldn't, because I think I sent them on like Thursday. It's going to take a couple days to get there. But like I say, it's different. We're sending equipment out. This week I'll be sending sound effects equipment, including our wind machine, which has just been sitting in my garage, and now it gets to go to Hollywood. Isn't that exciting? And also our prop door, because you could actually get a wind machine in Los Angeles. We found places where you could rent a wind machine, but not prop doors so much, which, it's kind of a specialized thing for radio drama, that you have live sound effects. I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to do some Zoom rehearsals. I think I talked last week about this cast, how amazing they are and how intimidated I am. to be working with people who have been in movies that I've heard of, and also television shows, and a lot of good voice acting experience as well. But they look like a fun group, and I'm really looking forward. Wish me luck. I can give you a report next CRISPR because we are having a rehearsal this Wednesday over Zoom. I think everyone's going to be on Zoom, not just me. And I'm really looking forward to talking to everyone and getting to know them. I don't think we'll get to do, because there will be 3 directors. I'm one of them, and I'll be directing Red Wind, the Philip Marlowe story. And I'm not sure we're going to get a chance to go through that until the following week. Maybe I have this wrong. Whatever the case, obviously I'm very, very, very wound up about this, looking forward to it. And again, if you're in LA, it's the Little Victory Theater in Burbank, and you can get those tickets online now, actually. If all the information is at iceboxradio.org/live, and that's where you can go to get either tickets to be there in person or the live stream ticket. They're both through Eventbrite. The one difference from the last time we did a online stream ticket is that these particular shows are not donation only. It's just a $5. It's just a $5 ticket. That's for the stream. If you're there in person, it's $20. It's $20 on Eventbrite in advance, $25 at the door. I'm not sure if you can get a ticket at actually at the at the theater itself. Whatever the case, don't bother those people yet till we get that worked out. Really excited about this. Really excited about doing Philip Marlowe in Los Angeles, which is just astounding to even consider. But I think I'll stop talking now and let you guys, and give you guys a bit of information that you're probably after, which is the 2024-2025 Frostie Awards. That's right, we do this every year. You can tell my focus has shifted slightly because I'm getting windows moved around. There we go. And we can talk about the Frostie Awards. You know, I should have had a theme song for this. I can do this. Yeah. So exciting. Everyone's excited for the Frostie Awards. As am I. I'm up for a couple of awards. What you going to do? What else do we have for sound effects? It doesn't really make sense. Anyway, so here are the 2024 Frostie Awards, beginning with the award for Best Actress. And your nominees are Billie Jo Cones for Rum Runner Sue, Monster Sour Mash; Ayla McIntosh for Candy Matson, The Black Cat; Diane Adams for Kayak Annie; and Trelawney Irwin also for Rum Runner Sue, Monster Sour Mash. And I just realized I don't have a drum roll. Or do I? No, I don't have a drum roll. Whatever the case, it has been a very great year, and that we have wonderful nominees. And while I'm thinking about it, thank you to the nominating committee for helping me come up with the nominations, and thanks to all the members and patrons who actually voted this year. But the winner of the Best Actress Award for 2024 is Billie Jo Cones for Rum Runner Sue. Thank you. Monster Sour Mash. One of these days, I will get organized and call everyone in advance and have them record some kind of a little thing. A little thing meaning, a hello or a thank you very much, whatever the case. So moving on, the Frostie Award 2024-25 for the Best Actor, the Best Male Performance. The nominees are myself for Larry Snow, The Baby in the River. Thank you very much to the nominating committee. Justin Kapla, once again for Nero Wolfe, The Case of the Telltale Ribbon, or really, honestly, any Nero Wolfe. What are you going to do? On that vein, Caleb Silvers for Lance Manley, The Case of the Funhouse Fiasco. Always a great job doing Lance. Listening to him on Tuesday and Thursday this week. And then finally, the final nominee, Tom Bement for Miracle on 34th Street. He played Kris Kringle, and he played it beautifully. But the winner of the 2024-25 Frostie Award for Best Actor is... yeah, it's me. Thank you so much, guys. I was really proud of Larry Snow. And especially proud because we recorded that show live, and I had like a cold. I barely made it through without hacking up a lung. So just fantastic news there. I am humbled and very, very appreciative of everyone who voted, and everyone who voted for me. But everybody, of course, Tom and Caleb and Justin, all deserve your accolades. So moving on, achievement in writing. I'm in this one a couple times too, including for Dark Ride. I got a nomination for Dark Ride. Willis Cooper for Quiet Please, Take Me Out to the Graveyard. I agree. That was a very well-written play. Me Again for The Fire Ring. That was the performance we did at the Coffee Landing Radio Hour. And then finally, Monty Masters for Candy Matson, The Black Cat. Monty, I don't think you're with us anymore, but that is fantastic. And the winner for Best Achievement in Writing is The Fire Ring. Yeah, that was a pretty good show. And many thanks to Ayla and Justin who brought it to life at the Coffee Landing. Fantastic news. And that brings us to the final award in the Frostie Awards, which is, of course, Best Play. And the nominees are Quiet Please, Take Me Out to the Graveyard. Dark Ride, that was one of our big Halloween offerings this year. Lance Manley, in the case of the Funhouse Fiasco. Thank you so much, Lance. Another old-time radio classic, X-1, Student Body. And then finally, Larry Snow, The Baby in the River. Wonder if there's going to be an upset. Actually, I don't wonder because I'm looking at the results, but I bet you're wondering. So I will let you know that the Frostie Award for our Best Play of the Year is Quiet Please, Take Me Out to the Graveyard. Yeah, that's right. Willis Cooper did it. As did Justin Kapla and Cooey Spoyer and myself, and Diane Adams appeared in that play. That was, of course, back in what do you call it, in the park in June of 2024. We'll never forget that particular day. It was a whole lot of fun. Well, those are the Frosties for 2024-25. Let's see if anyone commented on that. Oh, James is here and Sheila's here. I got a hello from James. Hello in New Jersey. Thank you so much, Jersey, for Go Devils, for listening in. But you know what? I'm thinking at this point, this is kind of a good place to call it good here for this edition of The Crisper. Once again this week, Tuesday, Lance Manley for members and patrons. And then on Thursday, Lance Manley for everyone on the IBRT Plays podcast. We are going to continue next week with some more efforts towards our live show in Los Angeles on August 22nd. And again, you should see those ads coming out pretty quick, but you can go right now to iceboxradio.org/live to get your stream access or your ticket if you happen to be in the Southern California area. So until next time, this is Jeff saying thanks for the download and reminding you to keep listening. Good afternoon, everybody. Have a good day.